Hey guys, welcome to this video. So in this video we will start learning how to create our own game art assets. Okay, so as a programmer I know that you face this problem a lot while building games. A lot of times, almost every time, you just look for the internet for free art assets, and a lot of time you don't find something that you are looking for. So I'm going to try to show you how to create art assets for your games, and hopefully after seeing these videos you will be able to create your own game art assets, at least the basic things. So this is what you're going to build as our first thing in Inkscape. Okay, so as you can see we have a ball here, and this ball will act as our player. So we can create these two versions of this ball. Let's say when we play the game, then this face, the ball will make this face, and when the game over happens, when the ball falls down, then we want to make the ball like this and we want it to fall down. Okay, so we're gonna pretty much make these two faces. So let's get started quickly. Okay, the first thing that we're gonna do is, as you can see, we have a circle right here, so we're gonna create a circle. So as you can see here, we have this create circles tool. I can select that, and by selecting that, if I drag, I can create a circle. But as you can see, I can create circle of any ratio. But what we want to do is we want to create a uniform circle. So to create a uniform circle, I can press the Control key on my keyboard, and if I drag it by pressing the Control key, then I can make a uniform circle. So as you can see, now it is not distorted. Okay, so let's keep it right there. Okay, so keep it right there. Now I'm going to select this circle by using this selection tool. And whenever you need to select anything, you just need to select the selection tool and select the element that you want to select. Okay, so after that, what you want to do is, after that, I am going to add another color to it. I'm going to add this red color to it. So as you can see, now it looks red. Now what we want to do is we want to add a gradient to it. And if you learn this gradient tool, this will be probably the most effective tool you will use. This gradient tool will be able to give you awesome, amazing effects without doing much hard work. Okay, so what is a gradient? Gradient is something that creates your color from one shade to another shade. Let's say you create a gradient, that means, and the gradient's first color is red and the second color is yellow, so the color will go from red to yellow slowly. And suppose you create a gradient when your first color is red, and then it goes to transparent or zero colors, then that will transition from red to transparent. Okay, so here we're gonna create a gradient as well. So as you can see here, we have this gradient tool right here which says create and edit gradients. I'm going to select this gradient tool, and as you can see here, we have two types of gradients. We have this linear gradient and this radial gradient. This linear gradient creates a gradient from one line to another, from one end of the line to another end of the line, so side by side. And this radial gradient creates a gradient in a circular way. Let's say we create a gradient as a circular way, we create a radial gradient, then at the center of the circle we have a different color, and on the outer part of the circle we will have a different color. You will understand that when we start doing it. So let's select this radial gradient from here. This is the radial gradient. And if I click here and drag it, as you can see, now it creates a gradient. And by using these handles, I can increase or decrease the gradient and move and change its shape. So now we can change the colors of this gradient by clicking on these things. I can either click on this or click on these circles, and I can easily change the color that I want on that end of the line. So let's say on this end, that means on the outer edge of the ball, we want a darker shade of red. So we select this outer edge and then select this darker edge or any darker color that you want to give your ball to. I want to give it a darker shade, like, let's say this one. Okay, let's give this one, and we can change it later anytime we want. And for the center of the ball, we want to give it a yellowish shade. So we're going to select the center, and by selecting the center, I'm going to select this orange-like color. So let me select this orange-like color from here. And if I select this orange-like color, you will see that it has got a orange-like shade. Okay. And what I can also do is I can select this yellow color from here, and now you can see it has got a yellow shade. But let us select the orange color, and I can increase or decrease it by changing these handles and moving these handles up and down. So now you can see that if I move this thing around the ball, you can see that I can create gradients or the effect in different positions of the ball. I would create the gradient right here at this position. Then what I want to do is, and as you can see, if I have this gradient tool selected, then whenever I click on this ball, we automatically get options to do the gradients. Now we want to add another color at the center of the ball. So what we want to do is we just double click above this line, and whenever we double click above this line, we will automatically create a new node. You can say a new node where you can add another color. So on the line in the middle, you just double click, and as you can see, a new node has been created. So I'm going to select this node, and I'm going to give it another color. So I'm going to select this, and I'm going to give it the red color. So as you can see, now we have the red color right here. And as you can see, by dragging this thing, we are changing the outer color. And if I drag this thing, then I can change the shade of red. Okay. And if I change the color of the center now, if I select the center color now and select yellow, now you can see that we have a yellowish shade on the center. And by dragging this center line, center point, I can change the gradient from yellow to red. And by dragging this, I can change the gradient from red to dark red. Okay, so this is what we want to do. We want to create a gradient that looks awesome, just like a 3D ball. And we can also create it very easily, as you can see. And we can move this gradient at any location, and this will move to that location. But we would like to keep it right here. So let's select out, just click on outside to see how it looks like. And as you can see, it looks pretty awesome. So our basic 3D ball is ready.